7 o'clock in the morning, not long after sunrise, come across our first mob of cattle, and soon the choppers will be doing their work and bringing more cattle out of the channels as they are there to join our first mob. By the time they get to the car, they've stopped their little trot out of the channels and they're settling down into a bigger mob as the chopper still does its work and searches the channels for more cattle. The mob just gets bigger and bigger as more cattle come out of the channels. And as you're holding the mob together, they're just curious as to what this car is. So they just come up and have a look. As you can see, all the flies and curious cattle that are standing around waiting to see what's going to happen next. So we're just waiting for the chopper to finish his job, flying the channels, looking for more cattle. Picked up a little baby, put his seatbelt on. You can see again the flies on the frame of the window of the car, and the mob just keeps getting bigger. By 10 o'clock the chopper had finished his job and he was gone, and we had the mobs together. At about 12 o'clock we had the cattle in the holding paddock. That's the yard around, that's the paddock around the yard. We met up with the other mob of cattle that was coming from the other direction that also had a chopper helping it muster as well. And 5 o'clock on the 1st of April we yarded the cattle, and this is the next morning at the yards, and the crew had started drafting. So they'd pen the cattle up about 7 o'clock. They put them all into smaller pens. They were all spread out into bigger pens, and they put them into smaller pens and they started drafting. So 1,712 cattle they had to draft, so they had a big day. So this was the very start of the drafting. So Tojo's standing there in the overhead draft, and I think that's young cattle going out there, young cows are going out there, the older cows are going out the other way, and the calves are in the calf pen there. You can see one little calf there waiting. And you can see the system that the cattle go from the bigger pens to the smaller pens. Then they go up the race and get drafted. Tojo's got a block gate there if he needs to block them. And boss man's if they don't want to go up. So that's a young cow. And then a calf just come out the side there, and then another young cow and another young cow. So Claire tries to make it easy. She tries to separate them a little bit down the back, maybe all young cattle together or old cattle together, or maybe a mob of weaners. Usually the cows come first and the weaners and the calves are the last to come up in the pen. So there's three young cows there, and this is what it looks like at a 360 degrees. It's pretty green. There's the channels there. That's the Hamilton channel to the east of the yard, and the truck, and that's the direction we brought the cattle up from, down there from the Hamilton channels.